Good evening. I'm Jennifer Schwartz-Berkey. I live at 35 Lone Street in Kingston, New York. I come here this evening with 4 other women who are members of KingstonCitizens.org. We're a group in Kingston that has worked with a coalition of groups in the region of the Hudson Valley to bring the Niagara Bottling situation to a close in our region. And our main focus is really about transparency in government and citizen engagement. I also am a legislator for Ulster County now, and I sit on the Economic Development Committee for my county. And I hope that in speaking to you about this, that you will understand that it's not our interest to interfere in the process that you're undergoing, but just to let you know that as decision makers, we faced the same issue. We faced the question of a company that was coming into our community and did not provide adequate information to the public nor to the decision makers regarding cost-benefit analyses, emissions. The potential impacts were actually left out of their environmental forms, so there was an effort to actually speed up environmental review, which would have also made them eligible for funding, which in New York State is actually illegal prior to the completion of an environmental review. And our citizens were extremely alarmed. Many of the things that you heard this evening so far from the public were exactly the kinds of concerns that were raised by our citizens, and the questions were not answered adequately by the company, their engineers, or provided to our decision makers. We urge you to get the full information and to make decisions very carefully if there's even any shadow of a doubt that this is in any way not beneficial to your community. This is a long-term decision that you're making. This is something that your community has to live with for a long time. Whether the jobs really provide a living wage to your community, which they did not in our community, was also a standard that we had to consider. And so the word jobs is really not enough to qualify for the kinds of tax abatements and lowering of standards, because you are the stewards for your community, and as you pass that on to the next elected officials and decision makers, you need to be cognizant that this will be a lasting impact. So I hope that we can be of support and help to you in your decision-making process, and I hope that you and your citizens will turn to us if you need any support or advice, but your public deserves that you make this decision very, very carefully. Thank you very much.